Hey,
Hey,
everybody.
Hey.
How you guys doing?
Good.
Good.
Welcome to CAPECAST.
How are the Oscars after parties at your houses to celebrate the victories?
Ooh,
Good.
man.
My house.
Yeah.
I was the only one awake, but it was
So it was a good party. Good party.
Yeah,
Cool.
Good.
went really well.
Nice.
Yeah.
I feel
How about
ashamed.
yourself?
I feel ashamed to say it, but I didn't even watch it. I didn't know anything had happened until Ryan texted all of us.
I was watching it and I went to go take a shower. I was like, let me know if something happens with the Snyder thing. Kate's like, yeah, okay, whatever. And I'm taking a shower. I get out and I dry off. I'm like drying off with my towel, and I hear Katie go, Ryan, come out here now. So I like came out there in my towel. I'm like, yeah.
Visualizing that.
Hands up,
nice.
Hands up, towel down. There you go.
Yeah, like that. Posting to the socials.
It was a interesting night.
Well,
I typically
night.
like I always tell myself I'm not gonna watch it because I don't really care about because typically nothing goes in my favor in terms of things I want to be represented, and it's all just one big posturing event for a bunch of celebrities. But
sure.
It had some moments.
Yeah, the two times I walked away and Zack Snyder won the fan moment, and then when I turned it off the next time, 5 minutes later, Will Smith punched a guy in the face. So it's like, maybe I should just keep
slapped a guy. Allegedly.
Sorry.
We don't want to defame anyone's character, misrepresent, get sued. People are looking to sue this podcast,
I know, we got a lot of people.
Big deal. All of those two people are probably lawyers.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Before we get started here, hit the subscribe button here on YouTube, notification bell, so you can stay up to date on all the videos we're putting out. We are on Twitter at CapeCast Show, and we have a Patreon. It's patreon.com/CiNEMAChinePod. We appreciate all the support that we get there. Boom.
Indeed.
Made the transition back. I'm always like, do I go to the ticker overlay or the weekend?
We start with the ticker, baby.
Yeah. All right.
It's a new thing. You'll get used to it.
I know. Let's kick things off here like we always do with some DC news. Not a lot to be said about this, but Alan loved it. I
figured you had a lot. I figured you had thoughts, Brian, so put this one on here for you.
Ezra Miller's Peacemaker cameo, apparently, according to James Gunn, led to 16 minutes of deleted Aquaman has sex with fish jokes, to the surprise of nobody, because it's Ezra Miller and he just does things.
I'm not gonna lie, I would kind of like to see the outtakes just to see what all he said, because
of course you would, admit, you Peacemaker fan.
Well, some of it you gotta admit it would probably be pretty hilarious. Ezra Miller is a pretty weird dude, so it could probably go some strange places for sure.
Yeah,
I would like to see it.
All right,
I know
next,
you would.
Next news.
Brandon, what do you think? We didn't hear what you think.
I don't care. I mean, I didn't watch the show, so that doesn't entitle me to comment, apparently. So
yeah,
I
back off, boys. I'm the only one here that watched this.
Nani.
He's also the only one.
I did see Alan that there was
Suicide Squad content.
I did see Alan that. Excuse me, David. I did see David that there was some a Peacemaker print coming to Bottleneck tomorrow, I believe.
I did see that.
So maybe you get one
just
of those
because,
for your son.
Just because I enjoyed the show doesn't mean I'm spending that kind of money on
it. Big Blue.
There's also
Snyderverse. Yeah, we're always talking Snyderverse, man. Everything comes back to it.
Yeah, can't help it.
Hit the subscribe
Speaking of Snyderverse,
button.
there was a ZSJL print that's coming out to Bottleneck tomorrow as well. I'm wondering, was that the Jake Kuntal thing that he was hinting
I don't
at?
think
You
so.
think,
It
or
doesn't look
because
like his.
he doesn't have any involvement in it, so. But he said it was going to be this week. It seemed so, but it doesn't seem like they would announce 2 Snyderverse things in a week.
I don't know.
So I don't know. That's
the
confusing
art's
to me.
very different to me, at least.
No, for sure. I mean, it's not him.
Yeah.
So, but it was cool. I mean, it's not a piece that I would buy, but some cool art.
Yeah, I'm still bitter about not catching that Dune piece last week. I'm still mad about it.
Yeah.
Gabs.
As far as this Peacemaker Flash stuff, and we'll have more Flash. Ezra Miller is just all in the news today, so
Yeah,
Yes, he is.
just so many things to talk about with Ezra. It's not surprising. I mean, considering his Ezra's kind of like he's known to banter especially when it comes to this character. So I'm sure that they just kind of let him riff on things and picked what worked in their minds.
Ezra and Jared Leto sitting in a tree.
Yeah. There's some weird conversation. Could you imagine the nightmare conversations those guys have had?
Yeah.
I would have loved to see that. That's the like one like note that I could like as far as the Snyder Cut is concerned. I know that he wasn't available. They had to shoot his little brief thing in the nightmare scene via Zoom.
Yeah.
But having him not have any dialogue
in
the nightmare sequence is definitely out of character. Maybe it says something for that character at that moment in time.
Yeah, I think that's what we kind of talked
it's
about.
A much
is
darker place.
Could it have? Yeah. Could he have gotten that place? But
yeah, but I can honestly with the way he was in the Peacemaker finale there, and even like we talked about at the end of ZSJL when they're going over their plan and he's talking about the power of love, and I could just see. Who's going to give you the reach around? And Ezra Miller saying, I got you, dude. I got you, buddy. I got you, Bruce. I got you,
Yeah. That's probably accurate.
Yeah, I know.
Quite possibly. What else we got? We got old Grace tweeting stuffs.
Grace.
More Flash stuff.
Yeah. Basically, she kind of insinuated that the Batcave time travel sequence in BVS where the Flash comes back and sees Bruce sitting at his computer, that sequence could be reversed in some form or fashion in the Flash movie. My heart would hope it would be something cool, but my head tells me it's not going to be cool.
That is my gut reaction to any kind of Flash news as of late. It's like,
yeah,
I hope it's good. I hope that bodes well, but I don't know.
What do you think, Alan? David Ayer?
I'm holding out judgment. I'm really trying to just temper any sort of expectations for this movie.
That's a good place to be.
Yeah. I mean, I'd like you guys have said, I want it to be great. And I really hope it is, but Warner Brothers has just kicked me in the nads one too many times.
The thing about this movie is it like there is a world where this is a like well-crafted movie, but it would still piss me off because I know what they're gonna do. Like I know what it means for the stuff that I like. So again, I'm open to it, but
yeah,
just a hunch. But I don't know. It could. I don't know. There's somewhere where that could be cool, where there's some nightmare sequence involvement. There's another part of me that's like, I don't want anybody touching Zach's nightmare stuff. Because
what do you got? Do you think that it is her saying that there's a sequence where Batman is coming to like a Batman, whether it's Keaton or Affleck, is coming to warn Barry? Is that what we're thinking this is? And if so, do you think it's Affleck or do you think it's Keaton? Because there is, Keaton does have that line, you could go anywhere, whatever, in the trailer. Why try and save this world or whatever it is? So I was just curious what you guys thought. I have to, I don't know if it makes sense for it to be Keaton in terms of Keaton having the tech to go and warn Barry somehow.
Yeah, I don't know. Is it Keaton that's rumored to make the suit, or Ben Affleck that's rumored to make the suit for Barry?
I always
Initially, it was Ben
assumed that
Affleck.
it was Affleck.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
That was my assumption. But I've been wrong before.
you know,
We all have.
You know about assuming Warner Brothers stuff. You know.
Yeah. I don't know.
Hey,
like,
listen,
in my
if
mind,
you
this movie
if you see any
out-
Kryptonian legs in this movie, probably Kara this time. Guarantee you.
It might not be Kara, Brandon. Don't. Yeah. Well, let's pump the brakes. It may not be Kara. We don't know.
Well,
We
actually,
don't know.
if that's the case, I'm going to definitively state that it is going to be Kara so that I'm wrong. Because I would love it to be the opposite.
Big Blue says someone had to send Barry back in the past to warn himself.
Yeah. I mean, that's a good
Yeah,
point.
yeah.
It could be another Barry.
Yeah.
It could be Barry himself.
Yeah.
I hadn't even thought about that.
I
You're
don't know.
right.
In my mind, this
You're right,
movie
Big Blue.
starts
That's what
out.
it is.
This movie starts out with, you would imagine, to make sense, starts out in current JL with Batman and whatnot.
That's kind of my take. Is it's going to be Affleck's Batman sending Dave? I don't know, through the Speed Force. Barry's seen something in another Earth, some in the multiverse, and it's, maybe he's sending him to warn the other Bruce, that something's happening or whatever. I don't know.
I don't know either. I don't feel like they're gonna do that. Like, in terms of, it's not gonna be that moment that Bruce sends Barry back to the Batcave.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't see them
Yeah.
wanting that, the studio, the creatives involved, wanting to connect it to those previous movies.
Maybe they're gonna send him to the Batcave, and then when he gets there, he's gonna be like, "Oh shit, this isn't Bruce. Who are you? Why are you sitting in his chair? Why are you sitting in Bruce's favorite chair?" Sorry.
Possible. Very possible.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree. I think the time that this movie was made,
it does not bode well for us as fans.
Yeah.
That time period.
Yep.
Yeah. Unless,
but there is
maybe they'll WB it up and and just recut everything, and like they do with every movie. But this time the opposite. It helps us.
Maybe. That's
that would be our luck, is they would try to recut it and put our cast in it, and it would still suck because they cut it up so bad. That would be our luck.
And then everybody would blame the Snyderverse
for the
movie being bad again.
Wasn't there another tweet today about there being a scene that was cut of Aquaman meeting Keaton's Batman or something?
Yeah,
because of the whole delay. Yeah,
would make sense that they're going to do, if they're really wanting to have Keaton as the Batman of the DCEU, which
it's so dumb.
I'm not on board with.
I hate it.
I don't know. Nothing I could do about it.
Keaton's just much more hard up for money than Ben Affleck is.
I just I don't know. I was like holding out hope that if they went this route, it was going to be like Beyond type Bruce, like old Bruce Wayne. And then I saw the screen grab of him in the Batgirl show or whatever, and he's just in his latex suit. We're just gonna pretend he's still the same age, maybe a little older, even though he's like 75 or something.
I think he'll be older, but I know what you're saying with the suit.
Maybe, and we don't know.
It's from a different era. It's just of a different era. I get that it's nostalgic, and that's why they're using him. Like, people like Keaton, but it just doesn't. It just reeks of like desperation to me. Like,
well, the thing is I'd be a lot more excited about it if it was going to be like Barry ends up in the Keaton verse, the Burton verse, whatever you want to call it,
and then goes back
and then he comes back. Yeah,
right.
Like, not that he ends up there and then he's like, "Hey, you want to be our Batman?" Because ours is on ice right now. So, I don't want that, but we'll see. Come back, tune back in whenever this movie comes out and see if I change my mind.
I think she also tweeted that Batfleck does not die in the current cut, whenever that was. So
we talked about that last week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyways, we will see on that. That movie.
I mean,
and then Ezra,
she's been pretty reliable. So like, I'm like hesitant to knock
she
her.
certainly
on any
has
of
her
this stuff,
hits,
you know?
man.
So
Like,
yeah.
I mean, she's she definitely misses. Everybody likes to go recently to the Bane thing and Peacemaker. But yeah, I mean, she's good at what she does. Anne is
still
in the
alive,
house.
I see.
Yeah.
Yep.
Desperation is the name of a perfume I wear. Nice.
She hasn't.
And let me know how you enjoyed that Oscars broadcast. Specifically the fan winners.
Let us know if you talked to Toby as well and see what he thought about it since he was live. Since he was there.
Oh yeah. We'll talk about that in a second, but that was pretty hilarious. All right, let's
I mean, I guess, do we want to mention Ezra was also in the news this morning, late last night, with his arrest?
Aloha.
I figured we did, like, indirectly at the beginning of the.
I just feel like with this Phantom, it's like one step forward, two steps back. With like every little win we get, there's like
somebody comes along,
bucket of water,
craps on it.
It'll get swept under the bridge. It's just a little harassment.
Just a little tip. Nothing major. Like a $500 fine, dude. Like, I mean, if it wasn't Ezra Miller, we wouldn't even know about it. So but true. I mean, in between, like, somebody posted something on Twitter today. I saw it was like 2 covers of the Flash comic, and one of them was him fighting Nazis, and then one with the Flash in jail, and it was like, look, at the last 2 months, Ezra's recreated both of these covers.
Nice. That movie though, like today when I saw the Top Gun trailer came out, like I'm starting to feel that way about the Flash movie, where I'm just like, just release it. It's been so long, like. We've talked about this thing for like 9 years, and then it keeps getting pushed back. Went through COVID. Like, what'll be 3 fandoms that this thing will be featured in?
Yep.
I'm just like, come on.
Between that and Black Adam, like.
Yeah. The only positive that maybe I don't know, something good happens for the Snyderverse, and they'll change things up.
There's pieces moving. I hope. I don't know.
Clay Staub has been nonstop recently as well. So,
well, David, do you talk about your cut that has been teased up a lot lately?
Yeah, did you guys see my guy flying above the Oscars? With the banner.
Oh, the plane. Yeah. Right over. This fan.
I don't know. You guys are crazy.
Yeah. That being said, thank you very much for your efforts.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Release the Air Cut account actually in the last couple hours has tweeted out a couple interesting little things.
Cryptic tweets.
Yeah, he said
had been hinting that they've dropped a few stills over the weekend, right? Like of cut of some sort.
Yeah.
An hour ago, they tweeted, "Hey, at Grace Randolph, we know some stuff. Have you heard anything?" Admin 2 hashtag Release the Air Cut with the old Harry Osborn wink gif. And then a little less than an hour ago, "Hey, at Jim Lee, you want to watch a movie? ? Admin number 2 hashtag Release the Air Cut." Seems like a weird thing to post if you.
I know. I mean, that's my whole thing. Is I've been trying to tell these guys to keep it down. We're not ready to let this stuff out yet. But they won't be quiet. So.
Be honest.
All right, I'm reporting it here right now. The haircut is coming.
You heard it right from David Ayer himself.
It'll be all over Twitter
Black
tomorrow.
Suit Superman is in the movie.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, like any kind of thing like this, I try not to get too excited. I mean, it's good that there's some sort of movement seemingly,
Yeah.
but I've been let down so many times that I just have to be like, okay, we'll see.
Well,
Is there a party you got?
I mean, if
Go ahead,
if it had legs, if it had any sort of legs to it at all before, you've got to imagine with the result of the fan moment and, you know, everything that's kind of come along with that, you know, it's, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm here, Nani. I got it.
Is there a part? So, if I'm being honest, there's a part of me, having seen, like, read the script pages and supposed script pages that were, you know, leaked at one point, or there's a part of me that's like, this movie could be really bad, and it could influence the restoration of the Snyderverse in some form or fashion.
What do you have to say about that, David?
Well, I'm
just not a fan. We've talked about it before. I'm just not. I'm just curious of a lot of the dialogue in David Ayer's films. Like, I don't know.
I really enjoyed Fury and Training Day.
Yeah, well, I appreciate that.
Training Day.
Yeah.
Wrote.
Training Day was my favorite to direct. You know.
You didn't direct it.
I'm just I don't know. Oh yeah, because
I did.
It's all just a whirlwind, you know, when you get out there in Hollywood.
I think I'm like, as far as theatrical, like directorial efforts, End of Watch and Fury are the only ones that I really enjoy.
I love End of
Watch. I thought Sabotage was not good at all. Yeah. And
we don't want to talk about
the Bright movie had its moments. Like, it was a great concept. I liked the lore behind it. But again, like,
and my boy Will in it,
dialogue was very hammy and, you know, super street level to like a flaw.
That's the thing. Like, Harsh Times is another one where, like, I can't handle that movie, just on a dialogue level.
So that's kind of what I worry about with this one in terms of dialogue. But I do certainly want to see it. Like, I do think it'll be better in terms of tone and structure. I just don't know. So I don't know the writing.
Like, CSJL came out, and I mean, it got freaking fresh on Rotten Tomatoes, which is unheard of for a Zack Snyder movie, essentially. I just don't want, you know, anything bad to happen to.
Yeah, I mean, I think I've said this before, that I don't think it's going to be like, I think I will enjoy it more, but at the end of the day, I don't think it's going to be one that will be like, holy crap, like, this is amazing. I think it'll just be better. And like I said, I think the tone will be more in line with my sensibilities, and there will be an actual score that it's not like a bunch of needle drop stuff everywhere. It's not kinetically cut, like, just crazily. So that's what I want. I want something more in line with that San Diego Comic-Con sizzle reel that they put out. That you put out. I just don't want.
Who the hell am I supposed to be right now? Am I still Alan, or am I David? What's going on here?
Look, you are whoever your label is. All right. If you want to change that,
I know. I'm trying to stick to character, but you guys are ripping all my movies. So how am I supposed to stick with all that?
I don't know. Like,
I gave you credit for two.
I just don't want any. I'm excited to see it if it comes out, obviously, and I agree with you as far as tone and whatnot, Brandon. I know how easy it is for folks to create punching bag type stuff at the Snyderdom and Snyderverse.
Snyderdom.
I just don't want, like, I don't know. I just don't want any, like, horrible dialogue or something to be. Yeah.
Airdom. No, that's my thing. I don't want the air cut to come along and crap all over everything that we've worked for. You know, I'm in the same boat. I mean, in my opinion,
hey, and it could be great. I don't know.
That's very self-deprecating of you.
Well, my whole thing is kind of like with the Snyder.
I'm just not really sure about my movie, guys.
Dude, it's been so long since
you might want to stick with the theatrical. That's what I'm saying.
It's been so long since we shot that. I don't know what's in there anymore. But no, I mean, it was the exact same feelings that I had with the Snyder Cut. Don't get me wrong. I'd hoped and prayed that it was amazing, but my whole thought was, God, it can't be any worse than what you put out in theaters, you might as
Sure,
well, so that's kind of
No,
where
that's
I'm
true.
at with the Aircut is it
point.
really can't be any worse, because that movie was, it was.
Yeah.
I
really, really hope that the third act is better than third act.
And from everything that we've seen, everything that's been put out, as far as the concept art of possibly, Steppenwolf, and Parademons, like it's at that part's kind of got me excited, I never got to see it fully fleshed out. It was still in the early stages of the CG, so I never got to see the finished product on that. So
no, that makes sense. Yeah. Makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Well, I heard that you didn't do any of that. That got scrapped.
Yeah.
So.
Yep. That's what happened, Brandon. That's what I meant to say. Don't know what you thought you heard, but what I said was it's what I wanted to do. We didn't even make it to the early stages of CG.
Brandon, I'm starting to think you actually filmed this movie. Is that?
I know.
Is that what happened?
Jeez.
That's a twist. That's very twisty.
Yeah.
All right. One other little. Well, I guess
where's Dave at? Because I want him to get on here and be like,
He
holy
messaged,
crap, they've got David Ayer on there.
He messaged Al earlier and said he was going to be late to tell Al that we're going to be late to the show. So
he's going to be so mixed up when he sees David
Well, I
Ayer
figured
on
this would
Brandon,
let's just leave.
help Dave or just confuse him more.
Yeah,
So,
Brandon, you should change your name to Al.
Yeah.
Let's just do all three Al's and see what happens. Sorry.
So
we're kidding, Dave. We're kidding, Dave. He's going to watch this at some point.
Yeah, we got our look at the Joker from the Batman, the deleted scene.
Jeez.
Guys, look, I understand that the internet is going bananas about this. I don't get it. The more I look at it, the more I don't get it.
It's yeah.
He looks like a Rottweiler.
He looks like something that a Rottweiler ate and crapped out. That's what he looks like. I mean,
I don't know, man.
I'm sorry. And I know that people like it, but I'll just say this. I was on the fence about going and seeing this in theaters at all. If this had been in it, I probably would have never even watched it. I'd be like, no, I don't want to see that guy. That guy is.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is I enjoy the dialogue and the performance.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I honestly enjoy this performance a lot more than the Riddler in the movie.
I enjoy the performance, but I don't understand he's like doing Batman's work for him and he's supposed to be
everybody is though. Like that whole movie.
But this was
everybody
like
doing
overtly
Batman's
like
work for him.
He's like sitting there like asking, who is he? Why is he doing this? Like you're supposed to be uber detective, whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, I mean, again, that's what he does in this movie. Maybe that was intentional, benefit of the doubt that he's still trying to figure things out. But
Nani is correct. It's two photos edited together, so he might not look as lumpy. So.
Yeah, it's true, but
Brandon.
I don't know
what
bad graphic.
No, I mean it was a mock. It was a compilation.
Yeah, it was all pieced together for sure. But it's still
so I was watching.
I have a hard time,
and it just grossed me out more than anything else watching the clip. I was
it's like we talked about, I sent in the group chat. I have a hard time seeing any version of Harley Quinn falling in love with something that looks like that. You know what I mean? Like that's
I
even
really
Margot Robbie's crazy Harley Quinn. I don't see her falling for that. You know what I mean? Like
I don't see them doing that storyline in this universe anyway, so that doesn't really bother me one way or the other.
Yeah.
But I just whatever. I think it makes sense that they cut it because I think just like the other scene that is actually in the movie, I think it's jarring and doesn't really fit. And so this would not fit either. Like especially, I mean, it would add a little more contextual stuff, and it maybe wouldn't make the other scene so jarring at the end, but it also feels like if it were in the movie, I just think it would come across fan servicey, which is not the tone of this movie. And that's why I felt like that other scene also didn't fit, because it came across fan servicey. So that's just me though.
But I do like the actor, can't remember his name. Barry
Keegan. Is that his name?
I liked his I liked his role in the Eternals. I like him as an actor. So I'm excited, and maybe because it was a deleted scene, unless they decide to add it into the home release, of it. I hope that
I imagine
maybe they could
make the home release.
Maybe they could. I don't know. It's okay as a deleted scene, but as long as it's a deleted scene, then it's not canon. Like it's not because it didn't make it into the cut. If they put it into the cut of the home release, then that's probably what he's going to look like from here on out. But if they,
I mean,
if there's some reaction,
as a director, so you would know, what would make that canon. What the DGA and all the rules. I don't know. I mean, it's great that you're here on the show, so you can walk us
well,
through
I'm just glad that I could help you guys out. Let's boost these numbers up.
I'm a little I'm not a huge fan of it feels like they have this need to make the smile like a scar thing, and I don't think it necessarily has to be that. Ledger was cool, like the razor blade deal. I don't know.
It's also one of those things where you kind of run out of ways to reinvent the character in live action.
I mean, it makes more sense for him to have the scars and be somewhat mutilated as a result of falling in this vat of whatever, as opposed to Jack's version in the '89 Batman.
I think Matt
just came out with a big ass smile.
I think Matt Reeves though said this isn't an acid thing; it's a birth defect.
Yeah, which I thought we weren't doing anymore, guys. I was really disappointed in him to make that decision, because scarred characters, disabled characters, I thought we were not doing that in movies. So shame on you. Shame on you, Matt.
I wouldn't have done it. I wouldn't have done it if I were directing it. I wouldn't have done it. I'm just playing. I'm just playing.
You did Killer Croc, bro.
I know. What are you talking about? I'm beautiful. Sorry.
I don't know, guys. It's just not my thing, I guess. We'll see. I don't think the tease thing did a lot of help either. He's literally shooting him, highlighting all these little deformities. So it's
and I agree with Brandon. I did like the scene itself. I love the dialogue. I like the take on the character. I don't know. I'd have to see everything. You know what I mean? I know why he did it, because he didn't want that full reveal, if it had been included in the movie. So
I hope it is. I hope it's involved in the series, because I look, I'd watch it regardless, but I'd rather not see another, I'd like to see them expand their villain portfolio.
I mean,
side.
But Joker, the Joker is Batman. He is the opposite side of that coin. The Joker has got to be there. That's there. You can't have Batman if you don't have the Joker.
For sure. I don't know. I would like to see, we've talked about before, Court of Owls, or I don't know, something that's not been done, especially this. It goes back to this kind of mirroring the Dark Knight stuff. We did. That was the sequel. I don't know. So I hope it's for the show. Primarily, at least.
And like you guys said, I'll still, even though I did not go see the movie in theaters, I'm busy. I don't have time.
2 more weeks and you can see it.
Yep.
I
will see it in my living room theater.
That's right. Paper clips were missing when, or at least
I did like that that touch, but also what's wrong with you, Bruce? Dummy.
He's young, man. Year 2, dude. He's not fully...
I hate that excuse so much. I hate it. He's supposed to be this whole movie has been described as detective, he's a detective first. That's his thing. He's on top of everything.
That's the thing. That's what I'm saying. he's kind of dumb. He doesn't figure out anything.
But apparently this is like the first, villain that's really pushed him to that limit to where he's getting emotional. You know what I mean? So I don't know.
I mean, he's known the Joker, obviously.
You really are, Al. You're talking about movies you haven't even seen.
Speaking of,
hey, this is really going to freak people out that I am and I'm on the cast. So here we go.
All right, moving on to this Steven Spielberg Black Hawk movie. Apparently,
still in the works. I'd forgotten about this. This got announced years and years ago.
Yeah, that's what happens. Oh,
and
it can very easily get shut down.
This is where I kind of rely on Alan.
Don't say Alan, because I don't know what the hell this is. Like, I don't know.
Okay.
I'm just like, I don't know.
A rat with penguin is the obvious answer.
I really don't know. Honestly, I would have to do a little background. I've probably got a comic book or two with some sort of Black Hawk story in it, but I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Sorry, dude.
Yeah. Look, I'm all for more content. If it's good, the better.
Mm-hmm.
I just would really like to see DC like get their foundation right before they start. Like, I don't know. It's too late. They're already doing that. But
so the foundation is what it is. It's built on the corpse of Zack Snyder's universe. So there we go. A foundation has to be built on something, Clark.
I don't see this. I mean, I know that they're saying that it's still in development, but I just don't see it happening. Not at $200 million.
This feels like, This feels like one of the 15
if Alan
different
doesn't
J.J.
even know
Abrams.
anything about it.
But it's Spielberg. If Spielberg wants $200 million to do a movie, though.
Yeah, but there's also been like 20 different J.J. Abrams projects in development for years too that never happened. Like,
true. But you don't see Spielberg's name attached to that much stuff anymore. So I mean,
well, we also don't know if it's a Steven Spielberg directorial thing, because I don't think it would be. I think it would be a producer and name type project.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
this is one of those things
he's
where
not going to sully his directorial name with DC.
This movie, a lot of these movies kind of popped up whenever. I mean, I guess it still is the case, but you remember, like every week there was an article. Such and such is in development at DC. Batgirl's in development. Plastic Man is in development. Booster Gold's in like all these things, and it was because they were just looking for anything and everything to put out that was a DC property in the trades or in blog sites or whatever, because they got clicks. And so, this is one of those things. It's like if there's a conversation in an executive's office about a movie, that will be reported as in development. Like, even there's like, oh, we could do this, and then it's like, oh, it's in development. So who knows? I mean, they have written a script. They've kind of hinted at, like, like it says, $200 million budget.
Just rewrite it.
Would cost. We have rewrites.
Shia LaBeouf is going to be the star. I don't really know.
I'm gonna be opposed. I love Shia, so despite his controversies, I still love him and everything he does. So, and we've seen him work with Spielberg before.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying.
Indiana Jones movie. So
that's what I was saying. The only one you saw, right?
Hopefully,
even I know that. Even I know that joke.
Yeah.
I've got to be Al. How would I know that if I wasn't Al?
I know, right? This is true.
All right. The last thing, and the biggest thing to talk about is the Zack Snyder sweep of the fan vote Oscar acknowledgements, whatever you want to call them. One best cheer, ZSJL, one best cheer moment for the Flash sequence, Speed Force sequence at the end of the movie. And
beating out No Way Home and Avengers Endgame, and
The Matrix.
It's kind of weird that they had, like, they spanned it across decades.
And
the selections were very weird. Like, I don't know.
Why would you pit Marvel?
Which I guess is even more impressive, but still, it's like, it's a testament to this fandom, for better or for worse, how relentless we can be.
It's
in terms of-
fantastic. Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, I love it.
And what's funny is we didn't even want Army of the Dead to win the fan favorite movie. Like people wanted ZSGL, and then they found out, oh, it's not eligible. Okay, well, we'll just vote for Army of the Dead instead.
Yeah.
So it's kind of funny, but
yeah.
But yeah, it was great to see, and it was.
And
it was awesome.
no way was I expecting them to actually like play the sequence for the Speed Force sequence like on the broadcast,
On the
but also like in the room.
God, that was so
in
cool
front of
man.
everybody.
That was so freaking awesome, dude.
Everybody,
they cut back for those few seconds, and you see it up on the screen, and you're just like, yes.
Yeah.
And
I wish they
Toby,
would've
and
cut
Toby's
to Toby
Toby's
Emmerich.
stupid ass is sitting there, the one who cut it. You know, like,
He's just,
God,
like, sweating, like trying to like release his collar.
not just cut it, but the first thing that was cut from Zach's version was
yeah,
just
I mean,
I don't
you know,
understand
that was the
it.
thing
Like,
they won,
what is even happening here? Like,
Yeah.
people won't get this. People won't get this
hilarious.
as it wins the fan cheer moment. You know, people won't get this.
ridiculous.
But I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I totally expected it to be the Endgame or Spider-Man. I don't know. But here we go.
No,
Surprising us again. You know,
and honestly, I would have expected, even if it wasn't, I would have expected those to be fudged or something where they would have picked No Way Home or something to give.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie; those scenes were freaking awesome. That the Avengers, the Portal, the Avengers Endgame, dude. I got all teary eyed when that happened.
I would have guessed
that was cool as hell.
I would have guessed the Spider-Man just because, just to give it some kind of recognition at the the awards, to not make people mad or something. I don't know. But yeah, it was cool, and they had the obviously David mentioned earlier. The fans again had another plane flying out front of the red carpet, whatever. That's
good stuff. Good stuff.
Relentless is the word.
Is
the correct word to use.
Got a billboard vehicle outside the
yesterday. The
Make the
Discovery
Batfleck
building.
movie.
Apparently, Zaslav was notified.
It's so awesome.
I love it.
When I see that stuff, I'm like,
I have a hard time believing that that's where that ends up, that word. But
I hope
it's
so.
Still cool. It's still cool that people were taking notice of it and whatnot.
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah. All right. On to some Marvel news. This Morbius movie. Matt Smith is very confused about his character that he plays in this movie, and said he just basically used the script as the Bible and didn't really understand what he was doing. Bodes really well with the movie.
The press as of late with this movie has not been great.
Yeah, and then I saw something earlier from a Deadline or something. They're still predicting 30 to 40 million opening for this.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm sure it'll still perform okay, but
at least the first weekend, like that'll be the tale once the embargoes are lifted.
Well, what the Lost City took over #1 last weekend, so took over the Batman. So I don't see that one holding, again for another week. I think this is like the next, quote unquote blockbustery type. And it's a superhero movie, so, and it's got Jared Leto, and people show up for him. So, and the thing is people that I wouldn't have assumed would be interested in seeing this movie have came up to me and be like, "Are you going to go see Morbius? That looks great." I'm like, maybe, but a lot of the stuff that's come out since it's screened has not been favorable, and even people, obviously, seems like, and we'll get to it, but it seems like they're already spoiling things from an interview, and I don't know if. Do we want to go into that? Is that because it was in an interview?
I don't know.
We don't
I
necessarily
think
have
we
to,
can just generally talk on the subject.
I don't know. As a director, we tend to say things every now and then that we just forget where we're at, you know. So it happens.
Are you talking about a certain F Marvel comment? Is that what you're talking about, David?
Yeah, maybe so. I don't know.
yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah. So yeah, but I mean,
yeah, that's what we're talking
Yeah.
about. The
Yes,
before the movie's
it's interesting.
Rookie move.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it was CiNEMAChiNE was the one that did the little junket with him. I think that's where I saw it, at least. I don't know. They're kind of, without getting into too many details, but it seemed like it was basically just like teeing up its relationship to the Spider-Man aspect of this character. Is, again, it's one of those things where Venom, like the thing that everybody talked about after the last Venom was not the movie, it was the end credits scene,
which was awful.
I keep hearing that this one is an even worse end credits scene. It's been labeled as the worst end credits scene ever in a movie. So
nice.
Who knows if it's hyperbole, it's the internet. But
we're going back to that damn hotel room. I know it. Just watch number 3.
Maybe. But it seems like the angle here is Sony is going to be setting up their own little Spider-Verse side, whether it is with Toby or me, whether it is with Tom or Toby or Andrew or whoever it ends up being. I don't know. So we obviously know that in the very first trailer for this movie, they had the Toby Spider-Man on the graffiti on the wall, and it's still in the trailers. And it wasn't. A lot of people thought that was like some sort of temp thing that they placed in there, but it's still in there in the latest trailers. So I don't know. I mean, and the director did say that we'll find out soon who the actual Spider-Man in this universe is.
This director also,
and he did say that it's connected to Venom.
Yeah. He's just like, I'm not getting to do another one of these. I might as well just go all out. Here we go.
Shoot your shot.
Out of, I guess, seemingly the 3, most common options that we would have. Who do you guys want to be the Spider-Man?
Peter Porker. Spider-Ham. It's going to be him. It's Spider-Ham. I'm just like,
it would honestly fit.
Andrew would
considering the 2 movies that it's connecting to, Venom and this one, probably makes the most sense to do Peter Porker. Honestly, that's the thing. I'm not a fan of the Venom movies, and seemingly this Morbius movie not looking too hot. I don't really want any of them to be connected to this franchise.
I know.
Like, I want to see it.
Yeah, but it's gonna be like this.
No, I know.
I just feel, I think if we're gonna get a Garfield thing, it's gonna be in this universe. If you throw Garfield into it, if that means that we get Garfield, do it. Like, I'm in.
Well, I think if you inject Andrew Garfield, there is so much hype surrounding him right now. I think if you inject him, it makes the movie 10 times better anyway. Whatever that movie is, put his Spider-Man in there, and it's even better.
Yeah,
I know people probably thought that about the Amazing Spider-Man 2, but here we are.
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know.
I want to see more Garfield. So
I do too. I just would rather. I don't know. I don't want the baggage of these, subpar movies.
I know, but I would love to see
them doing a solo thing with Andrew Garfield.
I know, Ryan. I'm just saying what I feel. Okay.
I would love to see.
Express your emotions.
I would love to see.
This is my truth, bro.
I would love to see a webverse. Andrew Garfield Spider-Man pulling no punches against Tom Hardy's Venom. I think that would be.
That's the thing
is, cool fight.
Again, it's also
some cool stuff.
It's also who, like,
if it's a little more serious,
who's writing and who's directing it. So
need a little less jokey Venom is what I need.
So no F this guy and bite his head off at the end. So none of that. Okay.
Just less joke.
Like a
less
turd.
joke.
Like a
Turn the
turd.
joke meter down. Just
Like a turd rolling around.
in the wind.
In the wind. Yeah. Good.
James Gunn. Or sorry, I don't want to skip this.
Whoa.
Sorry, Brandon.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's just real quick, but yeah. So Spider-Man's doing real great on digital.
Killing
did
it.
you guys see that the version of this that another artist kind of updated or took a spin at?
Was it Detrini?
Yeah, Boss Logic has done some really awesome stuff. I don't want to take away from anything that he's done, but this is felt like he was kind of phoning this one in. You know,
that version I sent you, like it's not even like close. Like it's way better.
That's sad because, like I said, Boss Logic done some really cool stuff. Like, I mean, most of his this looks more comic booky than it does, photorealism, which
looks
is
rubber band.
A lot of it, yeah. And it's,
I don't know, and it doesn't look like Garfield on the left to me.
No.
He was just like big eyes, right?
That's what I'm saying. It looks comic book. It doesn't look like anybody in particular that it's supposed to. I don't know.
Color palette is also not that appealing as well.
Very Justice League.
Just throw a nice red.
That's why
of all those colors.
That's why it's given us such a bad taste in the mouth.
But yeah, I mean, it is cool to see that it's not a surprise, but that it's doing well. And the home video, as far as the physical release, is in a couple weeks, I think.
I'm definitely looking forward to watching it. I'll wait till I got
I got my notification for my steelbook on that one. I'm still holding out on a much better cover than what they've alluded to. If not, then that'll be my last steelbook purchase. I don't have many anyway. I just took a gamble.
Right. Should have just ended at ZSJL and just called it a day. James Gunn calls the Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special the greatest thing he's ever done, which I feel like he says about every project.
He actually said that he says that about everything that he does. He actually even said that. He was like, I feel like that in the moment. The next thing I work on, I'm probably going to feel like that again. So basically, he's already admitted as much. So
at least he's aware.
Yeah.
This graphic has the same color palette as that Spider-Man artwork.
Is anybody noticing that the lasers on the lines on the bottom are going to everybody's crotch? Every single one of them, like every single one of them.
This isn't official. I should note it is. It's fan artwork.
Leave it to James Gunn.
Nani's going to call me out
again, so I want to make sure that's clear. Bunch of crotch shots. Laser crotch. There we go. Way to go, Brandon.
Yeah. I'm more interested in this than what he's done on the DC side as far as anything that he has in development on that side, because I do think that those characters, I think that they gel with those sensibilities for me more than the way he's used the DC side.
There's also
for
this,
my sensibilities, but
kind of fun element of the Christmas thing that I think could mesh well with just like with Hawkeye last year. I don't know.
Yeah. Agreed.
Not easy with the crotch shots.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Apparently a Nova project is officially in development at Marvel Studios with the Moon Knight writer. I know this is one that fans have kind of clamored for a while now. I'm not super familiar with the character. Alan, do you have any?
Yeah, I mean, it all depends on.
Like that you go straight to Alan, don't you?
Brandon, we know you don't read. Brandon,
come on now.
I
never learned to read.
I can't read. I don't know. I don't know which. It just depends on which version. Are you talking about the Spider-Man animated series? Where it's a younger Nova, or are we talking Guardians of the Galaxy verse where John C. Reilly is part of the Nova Corps? Like what version are we talking about here? But Xandar, that whole planet was destroyed.
See, I don't have any knowledge of any of this.
Well, I mean, just based on the Marvel movies, Thanos went and wiped out Xandar to get the stone. To get that the Guardians dropped off.
Inevitably,
that's the Nova Corps. So I don't know where they'll go.
Maybe it's a prequel movie. He just dies.
I mean, it could be.
See that?
The
Yeah,
interesting.
that's
part
how
of
it
this-
ends.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bye bye.
Remember this?
The interesting part for me with this is the Moon Knight Rider connection because that. So I mean, it comes out tomorrow, but that,
You
You
already
guys
have
aren't
high
staying-
hopes, huh?
You guys aren't
That-
staying up till midnight.
No.
I'm gonna watch it as soon as this is over with.
I am excited to watch it, but I'll check it out.
no, I mean, it just looks like that. The tone of that show is very geared towards me. So
Mandy's already. I showed. She actually hasn't even seen a trailer for Moon Knight yet, and I showed her the, just the clip that's on Disney Plus. It's like a placeholder. If you click on it, it gives you the trailer. She was like, "That gives me anxiety watching the trailer. I don't know if I can watch this show." Like,
Yeah.
I was like, "I know, and it's a Marvel show. Like it looks
People
really
are saying
cool."
that it's pretty dark too, which is promising. Because
well,
That's
Speaking
cultists.
But then
again,
we like our dog.
yeah. Then again, they also apparently have edited out some blood and some Disney Plus shows.
boo.
Which is
Have you
They started
guys
showing.
went
They
and
started
fact-checked that?
showing more
Like,
mature content and then edited.
and then they're like, "Yep, nope,
well, that means that from now
That's-
on, anything that has that type of blood is going to be on the
Anytime
adult
I see
content
that,
side.
Anytime I see that, I'm just like, I need this on physical. Like I like immediately. I'm like,
no, for sure. Our rating system is so weird. Like it's so weird. What's like if it's a decapitation of an orc in Lord of the Rings, that's fine. Dismemberment, fine. As long as it's not human characters, you can do whatever you want to. There can be blood as long as it's not red.
And
How
they can be
red
like
is it?
humanoid too. Like it's not even.
Yeah, it's so silly.
Yeah. But I really believe that it's because they've created this parental block now.
It makes
So
sense.
they
what
can
you're
they
saying,
can
yeah.
they can beef up the shows from here on out if they choose to. And now they've got a way to keep kids from watching it.
That stuff just I don't know. I hate I'm just like give me the disc.
That's what I was going to say. We got to remember Disney is in full control of this. So I mean, hopefully, since they do have the parental blocks set up, then that means we'll get some more mature type stuff. I don't know.
I hope so. For sure. I logged into Disney Plus for the first time to see if there's anything Moon Knight related.
I don't remember my login. I don't remember my login stuff, so I can't set up the freaking parental.
I can't even
watch. I can't even watch Daredevil right now.
I was like, it was kind of weird setting that up, like on Disney Plus.
I feel dirty doing this on Disney Plus.
It's just weird.
What does Disney have that I need to set this up for? It just makes me think that we're not far from Deadpool 1 and 2 being on Disney Plus. If once they get this set up, like throw those on there.
You'd have to imagine.
Yeah,
that's got to happen.
It's coming down the pipe
for sure.
Yeah. Speaking of dark and more mature, seemingly content on Disney Plus, Moon Knight is coming out tomorrow on Disney Plus. And they've kind of obviously there's been a lot of little pieces coming out just right before it launches. And the part that interests me a lot was this kind of, little soundbite about it being like kind of very little in terms of connected tissue to the MCU and more standalone, which excites me with anything when it comes to Marvel, because I do desire more of that, less like, would you see the setup for the next thing that they're doing? Like it always turns into what's the next. I'm just trying. I want to be a part of the conversation, so that I'm watching this to be in the know instead of I'm enjoying this single experience of this show or this movie.
That's why I love the Netflix shows. Is there like, it's the same universe, but we're not.
And there's enough connective tissue for that small burrow of the MCU that the Netflix shows had. And I kind of hope, don't get me wrong, I would love to see Moon Knight, in the expanded universe as well. But keep the centralized story with little, hints peppered here and there, that's fine. But you know, I don't want.
Yeah.
I don't want to have to feel like I'm inspecting every background. Like, holy crap, there was Captain America's shield back there, or
Yeah.
you know, like we did.
This is as close as Brandon's going to get to Batman in Marvel. So
It's probably true.
how-
I mean,
we'll see how
Daredevil on Netflix was as close at
Yeah.
that point. But yeah, no, it's true.
Like I said, this is our barometer for Daredevil right here. With the Daredevil reboot coming up, this is going to tell us a whole lot. Now, I will say they had developed this show before they set up the parental blocks, and so there's still a little room for error there, I guess. You know,
I mean,
that stuff.
like that kind of stuff too. Like takes a lot of planning. Like they very well
Yeah.
could have had the parental stuff, you know, in
Mhm.
queue before the show came out. Like,
Yeah, because I mean they already had the Star side of Disney Plus
Mhm.
and all the other territories,
Mhm.
but I don't expect it to be like gory or rated R in any way.
Yeah.
But I do think it's going to be more mature.
It's TV.
in tone.
I think it's TV-14 is what it's listed as right now, which I guess is essentially PG-13. But I know, Ryan, you sent us those screen grabs that somebody had posted on Twitter that showed the blood pools around, you know, people's heads and stuff.
Yeah.
When so that gives me the blood gives me hope, you know. So we'll see what happens.
You're sick guy.
That's
that's messed up.
Have you guys like read the Moon Knight? I guess
you can talk to me. Just you
I
don't
know,
say you guys.
not the show. No, not a comic book, but like if you click on the
we'll let Brandon know when we're done reading.
If you click on the placeholder right now on the top banner of Disney Plus, it gives you like a brief description of what the show's going to be about. And it talks about how, you know, he finds out that his, you know, split personality is a mercenary or something. You know, it's a very vague. I wonder if they'll beef that up once the show starts. I don't know. So,
I mean, that's pretty true to the comics, I believe.
Yeah. I was just curious if you guys had read. Brandon, have you read the description for the show on Disney Plus?
He can't read, right? He can't read.
I have not. Is there an audio book of it? Of this
audio book description?
I've tried audiobooks with him too. It doesn't work.
Do closed captioning. Maybe it'll read it for you. I don't know. Like,
yeah.
Picture books only. All right. Let's another corner of Disneyville. Star Wars. The Obi-Wan Kenobi director says they've brought back Darth Vader for a good reason, which is good. I hope so.
It seems like
better than a crap reason. Sorry,
I don't know. I always assumed that this was going to be the case when they announced this show. Like it just seemed like the obvious. Yeah.
See, I went Darth Maul immediately.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, but I think
it seems like in A New Hope, it kind of like in one line, like.
No, I know but my feeling about that was they're not going to be able to resist that temptation of putting Vader in anything. You know, even if they did say in New Hope that they hadn't came across each other's paths.
But I don't know. I guess I was expecting him in like Ahsoka or something. I don't know, like something not connected to Kenobi just because of that line. But yeah, maybe they're just gonna.
Well, and I mean, they could never actually cross paths. He could.
He's gonna get
Vader could be keeping
true.
tabs. Vader could be keeping tabs because he's pissed because, you know, he left him like a turd rolling around in the wind.
Obi-Wan Kenobi's they're gonna like duke it out the whole show, and then Obi-Wan Kenobi's gonna get amnesia in the last episode.
He's gonna hit his head on a
remember
rock.
Anything since episode 3.
So let me read the actual quote from Deborah Chow.
You want to send that over so I can read it for you?
let me try
Brandon. Enunciate, Brandon. Enunciate.
Bless his heart.
I know. She says, honestly, for me, the starting place was that I really wanted to do something that was character-based and character-driven, because that is the benefit of the limited series, is that you have more time to sort of tell a real character story. And so for me, the starting place of the character is you just start and you look at who has been important to him. She's talking about Obi-Wan in his life. And it's quite hard to avoid the Anakin Vader in that scenario, especially coming out of Revenge of the Sith. So really it came out of an evolution of the character for me. It wasn't just to sort of bring him back. It was really like, who means something and where are we at this point in the timeline with Vader? I love that sensibility. And I think the same exact thing could be applied to Darth Maul. So that's why I also hope that they're just kind of misdirecting us when they say he's not involved. But
yeah. I would love to see, I really want to see some sort of live action resolution to his character, Darth Maul, that is. And I just felt like if there was a vessel for that, the guy who watched his master get slain right in front of him would be a good way to do it. I don't know.
I agree. I think there's just as much history and important. Thanks, Nani.
Good job, Brandon.
She's always there to lift us up.
I know.
Yep. Gotta love it.
I do.
All right, this is in your corner of the Star Wars world, Brandon.
The galaxy.
Next thing here. Sorry, galaxy. Yes.
Yeah. So Galaxy's Edge at Disney, they have exclusive lightsaber hilts you can buy that you can't really get anywhere else. And this is going to be one of them that they just announced, which is the Cal Kestis lightsaber hilt from Jedi Fallen Order, the video game. And the interesting thing about this to me is there is no definitive version because it's so customizable in the game. So I guess they just picked one variation of this saber because you can do so many different things with, like, you can change every element of this saber, the color, the parts, the way it looks, whether it's single, dual, whatever. And so it's interesting that they have put a definitive version. It's kind of like when they try to market games like any kind of open world game with like a character on the like cover art, like they just pick a random like generated character because you can be whoever you want to be.
So they were just like, make a cool lightsaber.
Yeah.
This is the definitive.
Yeah. So it is cool that they're putting it out there. I love that character in the game. I love that game. It's I keep trying to get Ryan to play it because it was like in the time, especially when it came out, it was like, it's a great Star Wars story, period. And it's really fun to play. So I would encourage anyone that's into Star Wars and does game to check it out. Or if you're not a gamer, you could probably just watch, like, they probably have like the movie version of this where they just cut all the cutscenes and some of the gameplay to give you an idea of what the story is, because it's a good story.
Yeah. I'm running out of excuses since they keep pushing back all these DC games. So
yeah. Well, and that's like,
good.
I'm glad what's cool is like, I'm glad that they let Cameron, display I'm glad that they let him debut it.
I was reading Nani's comment. The ponchos are. I'm glad
that they let Cameron debut it. Like he was the one that got to show it off.
Well, that's the thing is that them including BD-1 and Boba Fett, which is the droid that he has in the game, or a BD droid. It's not necessarily BD-1. I don't think, but maybe it is. And the fact that they modeled Cal off of him, like 1-to-1, kind of leans credence that he could show up live action.
That's what I'm thinking. That's what I was gonna say. I feel like Disney's already got them claws in him. Like he ain't getting away. They're gonna slide him in there somewhere. So I hope he
fleed DC. He's just like, get me out of here.
Like, screw that. And he was one of the brighter points of Gotham. Sorry, I don't want to go off on a tangent of
what
that.
I watched of that show, he was
his character, his Joker was actually really good. But sorry, but I'd love to see him get new life in the Star Wars verse.
That'd be definitely cool. Finish that game, Nani. And Ryan, You have a PS5 now, and they updated this game to where you can play it at 60 frames per second. So makes it buttery smooth.
Is it like
Buttery
awkward? Like, is it too old at this? You know,
No.
too
It's
old
a
for
few
me.
years old. It's like 2 years old. It's not old.
They don't say
2
like
years?
they don't
It's
say
only
like
2 years,
smack
right?
or nothing like that.
Not. It's not a thing where you're gonna go back like when you played Arkham, Batman Arkham Asylum, and it was like a foundational game for this type of game that has been improved upon for over a decade. It's not that. This game came out like 2 years ago. So
Okay, yeah,
maybe a little more than 2 years ago, but still, like
2019, November 15th, so about 2
Come on, Ryan.
years.
do it.
Come on, Ryan.
Do it.
All right, I'll do it, guys. I'll do it. I'll play it.
I've never played it
Yay.
either, so I don't
Yay, he's gonna play it.
We did it. We
I
bullied you.
give in. Henry Boy.
Hello.
Yeah,
Henry.
boy. What up?
All right. That
think
kind
that's
of
all the
wraps up
news.
the news stuffs.
I think Alan's the only one that's watched stuff this week.
David Ayer, when we get
Are you serious?
Henry's
I'm
late,
not.
so,
I am
so
not.
He missed
I
the
am,
beginning.
Yeah. Henry, it's coming.
he answered the question. No, I'm kidding.
Have faith. Have faith. It's gonna be. We're gonna clip
Faith,
it. It's
Henry.
gonna be
Faith.
on. It's gonna be on our Twitter account. It's coming. Just go ahead and mark the tape right now.
Confirmed here on CAPECAST from David Ayer himself.
Yeah.
I should
Biggest
really do more to
exclusive
like
we've got.
hide the top end of my head. You know, I've got a much bigger forehead than David does.
Just pull your hat down. Yeah.
It's as far as it goes, Ryan. My head's too big.
All right, watch of the week. Alan, what you got?
I'm the only.
Yeah, we
watcher.
don't. Brandon, and I don't have anything. This
You
week.
guys don't watch comic book stuff. What are we
No.
talking about here?
What's
You
the-
guys
what's the
watch.
point? What's
you guys
the
watch-
point of watching comic book stuff anymore?
Y'all watch Will Smith. Y'all.
I'm really gonna need you to release your cut so I have something to watch, David.
It's coming. It's coming down.
Now
the
we will
pipe,
have
guys.
some
Have
content.
faith.
I'm planning on watching Moon Knight, so we'll
All
at least
right.
have
That's
that.
true. Yeah,
Good
I
deal.
too.
And just so you guys know, I was totally full of crap. I'm not staying up tonight and watching it. I'm going to watch it tomorrow with
I
Cal.
know, Alan.
So-
We know.
I'm too
Depending
old.
on-
I'm
depending
too old
on-
for this. You know?
Depending on how the first episode goes, we could consider doing a review series of it. Like, do some, like
I think we
reviews.
should definitely do that.
Depending on how it goes. I don't want
Brandon.
to commit until I see the first episode.
Tamp it down, Brandon. Tamp it down. You didn't
Yeah.
finish the last couple of Marvel series.
Yeah,
Tamp
just
it down.
ease up, Brandon. All
Hey,
right,
I didn't have a lot of faith. I
Hold
didn't have a lot of
yours.
faith in Falcon and Winter Soldier. Period. So
Let's wait. Let's just wait until we watch first episode. Okay. But we're thinking about it.
We'll at least be talking about the first episode next week.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens after that.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, I'm down. You know,
we should also
y'all
Nani,
know I'm
let's just
going
go
to
ahead.
watch it.
Let's just go ahead and definitively state this: that Ryan's also going to do a let's play of Jedi Fallen Order. He's going to journal his entire playthrough of this game
Brandon,
on CAPECAST.
Look,
He's
you're
saying it here. It's exclusive. Write it down.
You're about to make me rescind my offer of playing the game. That's what you're doing. So
People would love that. People would love that. Listen, we could do that, and I could like and Alan.
I'm
we
not
could all
good
jump
enough.
on.
I'm not
do a
good enough
commentary.
at
That's
video
why it
games
would
to-
be great. That's why it would
No.
be good.
We'll wait until Gotham Knights come out to do that.
We need to,
To
yeah,
embarrass myself.
we'll get like Britt to show us how all that stuff works. You know, we'll like live
yeah.
stream.
We are
Ryan
thinking
playing
about doing
it. Brandon and I'll just sit in commentary on your live stream play. Like, whoa, I would have done that.
Yeah. We are
Hold up,
actually
you
thinking
missed that
about
loot crate.
doing something like that with Gotham Knights when it comes out, but apparently that's not gonna be for a while. So
Yeah, yeah.
Anyways.
It'd be fun.
But anyway, I have been watching DMZ, obviously.
Oh nice. Yeah, good. Sorry.
Been watching that still. It's only 4 episodes, and I've been watching it for 2 weeks and haven't finished it yet. So it's not for lack of entertainment on the show side. I just haven't had time to finish it. So
And
that's
your
where I'm at.
thoughts?
Same as last week. It's got a lot of the Man in the High Castle feel to it. You know, there's a lot of Big Brother stuff going on. You know, World War type things. So I personally like. I think I've talked about it before. I like the Tom Clancy, like political thriller, you know, aspect of a lot of the stuff. So I'm cool with all that. So I've enjoyed it so far. And Rosario Dawson's in it, and I love her. So there's that.
That's good.
So if she's listening out there,
Yeah. David Ayer loves you. There we go.
David Ayer loves you.
I want you in my next film. Nani's on that DMZ train. There we go.
All right.
But
Interesting.
I don't actually know if that's what she's saying right too or not. So I'm assuming it is. But
probably not.
Make our own future, make our own past. Right. It's all right now. Right.
Yeah. That's what I'm doing.
Got
So.
it.
And then Cal and I have been watching Stargirl. So yep. That's pretty much all I'm gonna say about that. Right. No, I mean no, Cal
It's got that CW mark on it. So
Solomon Grundy is like a featured character this season. So Cal has
on
been
the
all
CW.
about. Yeah, he was
born on a Monday,
and yeah, christened on Tuesday. He was a founding member of the Injustice Society or whatever on Stargirl.
Yeah.
So
see, she wasn't talking about you.
Yeah, I didn't figure she was.
It's okay. We'll just pretend.
It's all right. I thought she was like saying that, you know, Rosario.
Yeah, we know.
But
she wasn't talking about
but
you.
No, even but what's hilarious was like season one.
So awkward.
season one of Stargirl actually had a really high production value. Like the episodes looked
They put a lot of marketing money into it, so maybe they were hoping
they had that HBO Max money on season one. So, but this season was basically exclusive to CW, and Solomon Grundy is a firm example of what CW money is because he looked like a doo-doo. I mean, but he's giant.
I just don't know how you do that character on the CW.
Cal said, is that him?
Oh, no.
Like he was so disappointed in the way that he looked. He said, Daddy, he just doesn't even look like he's sitting there.
Daddy?
Like, that's because he's not. It's because he's not.
Smart kid.
He's not sitting there.
Yeah.
But no, but we're watching it. The villain is pretty cool. Eclipso. He's kind of bringing out the evil in the town or whatever, you know, so it's pretty cool.
So it's like
there are aspects that are nice. And
nice.
You got a Wilson in it, so that's cool. I like them Wilson boys.
Which is Luke Wilson,
mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah, he plays Stripes in it or whatever. And Joel McHale was bumped up to a series regular this season, so that was cool too. Seeing him as Starman, seeing him as a hero is pretty funny actually. So I've enjoyed it.
Interesting.
But he's all flashbacks. It's not like anything modern. Yeah. But that's it.
All right. What about physical media for anybody?
Y'all got anything? Ooh,
typically...
I did. I do. I went to the comic book store. I bought this cool one just because of the cover.
Yes. Yeah.
You
know, find a nice, good.
And I just thought it'd be cool to show it because, you know, he slapped the hell out of somebody. And
Darkseid, love to see more of that guy in live action.
Yeah, I know.
Am I right?
Yeah, am I right? And then just a cool Detective Comics cover. That was all. I mean, I didn't really have anything major, but the Suicide Squad cover, I bought it. You know, it's me, David Ayer. You know, I saw it, looked good, looked like my guy. You know,
yeah.
Will's taking care of business all over the place. You know, smacking the taste out of people. You know,
seemingly, yeah.
Slapping.
I text Brandon. I text Brandon the joke. You know, what did the LAPD find on Chris Rock's face the next morning after the Oscars? Fresh prints.
Hashtag.
I
dad
gotta
joke.
ask. Would you? Why was that sent specifically to Brandon? You just think that Brandon would think that'd be
I
hilarious?
just
He
was.
was. He,
Not
I'm a
really a
dad
Brit
joke.
kind
I
of
actually.
joke.
he was.
I didn't want. I didn't
He
want to
was
step on
scared
Britt's
to send it
toes.
to you guys.
I didn't want to step on Britt's toes. I
You
know
don't
he's
need
the
to.
dad
You don't need to
joke guy.
worry about embarrassing yourself, Alan. It's gonna be okay.
He's.
Next time Will Smith slaps somebody, you feel free to send any jokes that you want to the CapeCasters.
Mhm.
Okay.
Well, I am like my kids know like dad jokes that's my thing, but Britt kind of was already that guy in the group, so I didn't want to like try to come in on his coattails.
I understand. That's very selfless.
He's the king of memes. This was just a joke.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. That's true.
it's true.
It's true.
It's
Britt
really
relies
good.
on visuals.
Yeah. I rely on the old mind,
The noggin. All right. Any Cape movies? What we got? Next 3 coming up here. Same old.
Same old. I guess technically we do have Moon Knight starting tomorrow, but as far as theatrical releases, yeah, Morbius will be this weekend, and then we'll add another one in here.
We'll end up
Does
seeing
anybody
Morbius,
know what
but I have very low expectations.
Is Black Adam the next one that's gonna hop in here? Is that what it is?
No, that one got pushed, didn't it?
Yeah.
Oh
No,
man, it's
Black Adam
Spider-Man. It's Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse.
Super
Heck yeah.
Pets. Super Pets. DC League of Super Pets.
Nope. Well, that one actually might be. That's probably true. But this site that I used doesn't have
Shazam!
it. No, we got a few between.
Criminal movie.
I'm just naming
Shazam.
movies.
So,
Did you guys see his tweets or no? It was his story on Instagram.
Bunny
David's like, yeah, he had a power outage and he was at home by himself, so he was just answering questions. Yeah, it was like a Q&A thing. It was pretty cool.
Yeah,
it's pretty
Man.
fun stuff.
I almost submitted a question to him.
Brandon's had some luck with that recently.
Yeah,
Instagram questions.
Hey, nice. I had who was it? Stephen Amell a couple of years ago.
Nice.
And I talked to him about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2 that he was in. So that was my.
He was like, somebody saw it.
God awful movie.
Did you tell him that his movie killed my dog? Did you tell him that? That's what happened.
That's what you were watching?
Yep.
So I didn't mean to bring that up.
Right as the credits rolled,
It's like,
my
I
dog
gotta
walked
go.
over to me and died.
I gotta go. No, it was actually right before that movie came out. I just randomly asked him did you shoot any scenes with Tyler Perry? And he said, Alan Hicks wants to know if I shot any scenes with Tyler Perry.
Who's Alan Hicks?
I don't know. You figure
bring that name up, Brandon.
You figure I wouldn't have had to reached out to him on an Instagram live. I could have just, a friend of a friend, but
yeah, it's true.
Especially
it's true.
Whatever.
You are a big shot.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Before we get out of here, just the usual rundown. Hit the subscribe button here on YouTube and the notification bell so you can stay up to date on all the videos we're putting out. We are on Twitter at CapeCast Show and with Patreons, patreon.com/CiNEMACHiNE Appreciate all the support we get there. Nani, we appreciate your support. And we are thinking about doing a Moon Knight review series pending the how much we enjoy the first episode, but it's promising.
Yeah.
So be ready for that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, agreed.
I'm sold.
So yeah, guys. Anything else, or should we jet?
Thanks, guys, thanks for having me on.
You bet.
Look forward.
No problem.
David.
You're always welcome here, David.
Hopefully,
you're always welcome.
Okay.
Hopefully, if we get to see your cut, it's better than most of your films that you've done. So, I'm hoping for Fury and end of watch level. Okay.
Yeah.
Not bright.
And it's gonna happen. We're gonna get it.
There we go. All right.
All right.
Then you guys are speaking it into existence. See you guys.
All right. See you.
So.